When we think of dreams, we immediately assume it's not a serious or important topic, because we have come to associate dreams only with fantasy. Since everyone dreams, every night or almost, we tend to underestimate this kind of experience because we have always been used to it. It's true that most dreams are just dreams, but not all of them are made up of pure imagination. Some dreams reveal information far more important than we think about our personality, our future, and even our past. Some dreams aren't just dreams, because as absurd as they may seem, they are actual memories of experiences we've truly lived, but don't consciously remember, and so they resurface at night while we sleep. Other types of dreams let us have extrasensory experiences, like communicating with people who have passed away. Still others let us see the future, sometimes in great detail. There are different types of dreams, from the most well-known lucid dream to the premonitory dream. Dreams allow us to notice that we don't consciously recognize right away. They aren't just fantasy scenarios, but also carry bits of information that, from one dream to the next, are revealed to us. Many times we assume dreams have no real meaning, or, at most, they might reflect some psychological interpretation of the person dreaming. But in reality, dreams can hold much more. Surely it has happened to you more than once in your life to have a dream that seemed a fantasy, yet left you with a terrible feeling even after waking up. The scenes in the dream may have been completely unrealistic, far from anything in real life. And yet, when you woke up and for hours afterwards, you still felt shaken by it. On the surface, it may have seemed like a totally ordinary dream, and yet it left you disturbed, even for the following days. Why would a simple dream provoke such strong negative effects? Even if it was a nightmare, once you are awake, you know it's over. So why would the bad mood linger after waking? That wasn't just a dream. Naturally, the scenario you saw might have been mostly a fantasy, but there was something real inside that dream, which left that uncomfortable feeling within you also after you woke up, exactly because that wasn't just a dream. Sometimes our nightmares are actually caused by negative entities that manage to influence our sleep to the point of disturbing it. Apparently, everything around us seems calm because the law prevents us from seeing the energetic world that surrounds us. But these entities can see us because they don't have the problem of the law. As a result, they are able to see us and influence us negatively, while we remain unaware and defenseless because we can't see them. Thus, we don't even consider the need to protect ourselves from them. And that's where we make a mistake. Just because we don't see something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And even worse, it doesn't mean that it can't see us. Unfortunately, we are all at the mercy of entities because they can see us, while we can't see them, and many of us don't even believe they exist. In doing so, we give them complete freedom to influence us negatively and toy with our lives, all while we do nothing to counter them. When we sleep, we are very vulnerable, so much so that our rest can easily be influenced by external energies that affect us. At the same time, however, we are also more perceptive. Not only can negative entities influence us, but other types of energies can as well, whether positive or negative. It's actually quite common for entities to try to communicate with us through dreams, because for them it's a much easier method than the kind of verbal communication we expect while awake. In fact, we tend to imagine that if an entity wanted to communicate with us, it would need to appear clearly before our eyes and explain in detail what it wants to reveal. But reality is much more complex, because there is the law which tries to block all of this. So, entities cannot communicate so easily, and sometimes they try to do so through dreams. This is why, at times, our dreams are not just dreams, and within them we may find real communication. But entities are not the only ones trying to communicate with us during sleep. Our subconscious also tries to reach out, and even though it seems obvious or taken for granted, in truth we shouldn't underestimate it so much, because it often tries to help us understand things we don't notice or don't want to notice during the day. Sometimes our mind wants to tell us something we are unable to grasp while we are awake. Our subconscious is not just a container of memories and information. It's much deeper and more intelligent, and it tries to communicate with us to show us what's wrong. It's no surprise then if our dreams sometimes reveal what's really happening around us in those very days. While awake, we might not have realized the situation we are in, but our dreams could reveal it. It's as if your subconscious sees and records even what we don't immediately understand. Then, during dreams, it tries to communicate it to us. But it's up to us to interpret those messages from the subconscious, because they are not always easy to grasp. Many times, our dreams foretell a significant change in our lives that actually comes true just a few days later. Sometimes these are messages from our subconscious trying to communicate something it sensed through signals we didn't pick up on during the day, but our subconscious did, and it's trying to tell us. Other times, though, these are true premonitory dreams, because there was no indication that could have warned us of the sudden change, yet we dreamed it. And shortly after it came true with great accuracy. Premonitory dreams are not so rare, as some people experience them much more frequently than others, to the point of having more than one a week. There are even those who have premonitory dreams almost every day. Then we have lucid dreams, those dreams in which you become aware that you are dreaming, to the point that you can choose to do anything. For example, you might decide to fly or breathe underwater because you realize you're inside a dream and you know it's all fake, illusory, so you play within the dream knowing that nothing bad can happen to you. Isn't that extraordinary? And yet, very few people realize that lucid dreams can become far more interesting if you learn how to use them. Some people have discovered that dreams are an actual dimension that can be used as a springboard to access even more interesting dimensions. For example, lucid dreaming can be used to initiate a true astral projection. At this point, you understand that dreams are not just dreams, but can become gateways to other dimensions, if we learn how to use them. This is just a brief introduction to the world of dreams, because they are a whole true dimension that can be used to perform real actions. Just consider that through a dream you can manage to communicate with another person, even someone physically very far from you, and both of you, upon waking, will remember having had the exact same dream. Isn't that a form of telepathic communication? We'll explore the topic of dreams more deeply later on, and I assure you it will be far more fascinating than you expect.